Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous video we saw how to uninstall Visual Studio from Windows 10 machine, and in this video we're going to install Visual Studio 2022 in Windows 10 machine. So Visual Studio, as you guys know, is one of the best IDEs around there for developers to develop softwares and applications. So to install Visual Studio 2022, go to Google and search Visual Studio. Once you search that, select this visualstudio.microsoft.com and scroll down. There are three versions or three type of the editors and IDEs here. So most of the guys are confused with Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio. These are two different products. Visual Studio is a powerful IDE that comes with a compiler and everything, and whereas Visual Studio Code is only a simple text editor where we can write our codes. So Visual Studio, this is for Mac. So we are going to install Visual Studio for Windows machine. So here we can, if we click here, we can see three type of Visual Studio available. One is Community, Professional, and Enterprise. The Community version is only free, and the Professional and Enterprise are not free. You gotta pay for them. So in this video we're going to install the Community version of Visual Studio 2022. Click on that. An installer will be downloaded. Once the download is completed, double click on this installer. So the installation process will begin. Click yes here. Continue. So it's downloading the Visual Studio installer. Once the installer is downloaded, then we can click on install to begin the installation process. So in this video we can select our workload based on our need. So what type of development you're doing, you can select it here. Suppose you want to do Python development, you can select this one. Or if you want to do C# development, C++ development, different type of options and workloads are available here. You can select, but for this moment I'll be using .NET desktop development. I'm gonna select only this one. Once I select here, it's gonna install the just-in-time debugger, live share .NET profile tool, and here we can see that this .NET desktop development is gonna take 5.76 GBs of our hard disk. If we install, if we select Python here, so it's gonna take more space, so I don't need it for the moment. And here we are going to select install while downloading. So it will install at the same time it will download the packages. So click on the install button here. So it's gonna install download, and at the same time it's gonna install the Visual Studio 2022 community version in Windows 10. So it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna pause the video here and I will come back soon. So welcome back guys. Once the installation is done, it's saying done installation. We can click this OK button here. I think we're good. So Visual Studio Community version 2020 is installed. So we can just launch the Visual Studio from here, and let's create our first project in Visual Studio. So it's setting up everything. So it says this may take few minutes, so we're waiting for the Visual Studio to pop up. Okay, cool. This is our window when we open our Visual Studio 2022. We can create a new project here by clicking on this button. So click new project. We can select our language here, all languages. So I'm gonna select C#, and we are going to make a console application using C# language. Okay, double click on that. Here we can give a project name to our project, first project, whatever name, and this is the URL. If you guys don't want to create your project in this location, you can just browse it from here. But for this video, I'm gonna leave it like that. And this is gonna be our solution name. So when we first create a project, a new project, Visual Studio is going to create a solution, same as name of our project. So what basically a solution is, a solution is like a container that contains multiple different type of projects. If we click here, it says a solution is a container for one or more project in Visual Studio. So let's create our project, and here we can see that the .NET version we are using is the .NET 6. If you guys want to check your .NET version in Windows 10, so you can click on CMD or command line here. Once you open CMD, you can write .NET. A window, an information window pops up, so you can select .NET -info .NET-info to print the information about our .NET. We can see that .NET version 6.0.8 is installed in our machine. So we're gonna create our project. So once our project is created, here we can see that console.writeline hello world, so we can print something on the console window. Welcome to Code with Cougar. So let's run our project. Welcome to Code with Cougar. This was a quick video on how to install Visual Studio 2022 on Windows machine. And also we saw how to create a new project using Visual Studio 2022. Please don't forget to subscribe to Code with Cougar, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.